Fat Joe, the king of cap, is at it again. I think this guy got like some type of mental disorder. I don't know. But this dude is the ultimate liar, man. Like, so now he's made peace with 50 Cent. So was it Uncle Murder and Tony Yayo was on his podcast with Jadakiss. And they brought up Pistol Pete, the Puerto Rican Pistol Pete, right? And they was talking about how Pistol Pete get down and how tough Pistol Pete is. You know, he an old school 80s, 90s dude throwback. You know what I mean? You know, from our era, right? And you know, they said that they saw him coming out like the fashion district. He had two little short Ricans with him, and they look like they get busy. They look like they get down, right? So Fat Joe heard this, and you know Fat Joe, he can't be undone. His ego, he had to jump in and he said, well, yeah, you know, I caught Youngbuck slipping one day. Right? Now, mind you, Youngbuck was part of the crew with 50 Cent. So but he's not cool with them no more, right? That's why he threw that in there. So Jadakiss is looking like cat. But he talking about something, he hit him with a 2-piece and a biscuit, right? So they all laughing and joking. Check this out.
God, nothing ever happened. Like one time I'm coming out the Diamond District, and you know, Pistol Pete was like, he just was like considered the most grimiest. Like, yo, this catch you. He's the jail. He ain't been up north. He's gonna catch you. Knives, all that. You know, I told you about the Spanish.
Yeah. With the sombrero. I wrote that in a rhyme recently.
I seen that nigga coming out the district. You know when you know these. You just know when niggas are killers. Like he had two little. These niggas was like 4'1".
They never left the
but
block.
You could tell. I'm like, nah. These. I had niggas with me too. Thank God. But like you could tell the two little niggas he had. They get busy. I could just tell. I could see.
I'll tell you breaking news if I never told nobody or said this story before, but because we saying that I might as well. But you know, I caught Youngbuck in that time.
Oh, shit.
I never heard that story.
You know he ain't gonna tell 50 that.
Yeah, call Youngbuck.
Tell us the story because he ain't gonna tell 50.
Man, he got 2-piece legend. Like,
Oh,
yeah, Youngbuck, man. That tried to front on me. He said, yo, I'm telling you.
They put hands on Buck.
I'm telling you.
Supposed to be no head.
No.
Oh,
all right.
So what
no
happened?
story or you want the story?
I want the story.
I want to hear this one. I never heard this.
I'm out of
So we in Chicago, right? And if you talk about the Pistol Pete, no, I had the ugly ones with me.
ugly ones.
Ugly ones with me, right? In Chicago. And so I'm coming off stage. It's like a summer jam, but a winter jam. Right? It was winter, right? So everybody on there, Young Jeezy, Fab, there was a lot of witnesses too. I don't know. They don't never tell my stories when I'm the victor, I never hear the story. You know what I'm saying?
So, you know, you can't believe nothing that Fat Joe say. So Fat Joe saying that he gave him a 2-piece. Yep, you know. But remember the story when he talked about with Papoose, when him and Papoose got into that fight at the hotel where he said he kicked in the door, waving the 4-4, went in, he smacked 3 dudes in the doorway, he grabbed one dude, hit him with a slingshot suplex off the bed, he elbowed one dude, he put Papoose in the figure 4 leg lock until Papoose surrendered. I mean, it was just crazy, right? That's how the story sounded, right? Then Papoose crew, the Brooklyn Zoo crew ran, he jumped out the window of the hotel room, the studio room. It was 6 floors up and landed on his feet and took off running. Right? That's how he get in. With some Puerto Rican dudes turned the corner in the car. He jumped in the car and they spun off. That's how he tell his stories. Because mind you, he went in there and beat the whole crew up by himself on the dolo. That's a Fat Joe story. That's how he tell his story. If I'm wrong, y'all correct me in the comments. Y'all tell me how it went. Right? But the thing is, he's telling the story. They just sitting there listening. But I know for a fact they just sitting there like, come on, man, this dude, man. All right, 50, man, you told us we got to be cool with this dude now, man. This dude is the ultimate cap artist, man. But he wasn't done.
So I'm getting off the stage and it's dumb dark. Like it's mad dark. And there was somebody up on the second thing. He was like, yo, crack. But I just got off stage. I'm ripping it down. Chicago, I'm walking out and says, yo, crack. You hear me, nigga? I look up. Oh, it's Youngbuck. I got a water bottle in my hand. Like, fuck out of here. I throw the water bottle one thing. I said, come down.
Damn.
Like, come down.
Damn.
Yo, I'm going crazy.
Oh.
You know, I don't never get like
So when he came down,
I don't know. I don't get tested. Like, it's very hard to test me, Yayo. I'm telling you, I'm going.
Come on, man.
I just black out. So I'm waiting for the nigga up there. He got to come down the staircase, right? So I'm losing my mind, right? Like, yo, come, nigga. Come. He had a bunch of niggas with him, too. A bunch of Chicago dudes with him, right? The cops come and they form like a barricade. Like, there's like 5 cops. They closed the staircase so he won't come. He took too long to come down, by the way. Like, you know, when you see it, you ready to tear him up. You down.
Get there.
Yeah. He's taking too long, right? And so when he comes down, he's in the staircase and he's trying to tell me, like, yo, this ain't got nothing to do. But he was just talking crazy. He tested me to see if Fat Joe was. You know, a lot of niggas, they act
Joe,
like
you
they
sure he
tough,
just
but
wasn't
you catch
saying
him.
what up? Like he said,
Hell no. It was at the height of the beef.
Oh.
So he's in the staircase, yo, I wasn't this and that. But he poked his head out just 1 second over the cop's thing. Caught the for more. Like,
what he do?
Even the barber hit him.
So what he do?
Even the barber hit him?
He hit us with the mop bag. Yo, it wasn't like that. This, that.
So let me translate for y'all. Fat Joe, so Pistol Pete had the little too short sombrero dudes with him, right? His pistoleros, right? But Fat Joe, nah, Fat Joe had some dudes, man, from Puerto Rico down there in the barrio. He brought some dudes in, man. These dudes, when you see them, they can shapeshift. He had some shapeshifters with him. So when he saw when he saw Youngbuck up there, he told him to come down. Youngbuck saw the guys Fat Joe had with him. The police saw them too. So when Fat Joe and his crew walked up, they all disappeared. They shapeshift into police. So now the police thought that there was other police coming to help. So what happened was they moved the police out the way. He hit him with a 95,000 piece and elbows and everything, right? And then they shapeshifted back into Puerto Ricans, and then they disappeared. That's the story. Y'all don't believe me? I'm telling you, that's the story. That's the story. He said it. This guy, man. Like, he hang with shapeshifters. They go from I don't know. This is Fat Joe and his story, but he wasn't done.
No.
Then we jump. I tell you, I had that was
Shit sad.
I had the ugly.
He said, my bad. I'm just thinking little lines again.
No, I'm just telling you. It was like his, yo, it happened.
I never heard this story. This is the first time.
I'm telling you the truth.
That's great. Not
There's a lot of stories we never heard. He
He's gonna want to come up here.
He can't come up here anyway.
Why?
Because he down with the movement no more. He can't come up here.
Part.
Say his part. What you gonna say? I'll tell him in his face. Come on, Jada. You with
listen.
So y'all gotta be leery and careful of Fat Joe, because his homeboy, he rides with his homeboy. He has 2 pistoleros he got with him. But Fat Joe, he got Puerto Rican X-Men. Listen, yo, son, he got Puerto Rican X-Men that hang with him. Man, and they all level 5 X-Men. Y'all better be careful when Fat Joe rolling. But there was a dude, one of the homeboys that was the DJ there that day. He saw everything that happened. And his story don't coincide with Fat Joe and the 2 X-Men Puerto Ricans that he got rolling with him, right? He said this.
Hey, yo, what up? Hey, look, I'm DJ Don Juan, right? I was Youngbuck's DJ from 2006 to like 2008. And yesterday I'm wondering why I'm seeing, this post about Fat Joe and this 2-piece biscuit. And so I finally stopped and watched it today, and look, man, the majority of people I know that Joe is a percentage-wise cap. There's always like something and then there's something. And it is what it is. I don't personally know Joe. I know cats that do. It is what it is. I'm not hating on podcasts. I'm a huge fan of Jadakiss. You know what I'm saying? The whole joint. You see how he just kind of put the pillow over. Look, man, I love entertainment. But I was actually there at that Chicago show. And it was a lot of people. Yes, and we were up on a top tier. And I was specifically watching this. I'm not the goon. I'm the DJ. So I'm watching everything from like, everybody's in front of me and I'm right there, right? I see this. I'm right there at that tunnel that comes down. What Joe is lying at is Joe pulled up at the bottom of that tunnel with 4 cops with him. Like, they were surrounding him. Like, there was already a tension in the air that the beef was going on and that Buck was gonna be there. And Joe was moving around the whole time with police. I'm not knocking that. That's just exactly what happened. The police didn't just randomly pop up and form some type of barricade at the tunnel. They was already with him. And yes, the police did form a barricade, but they was rolling with him from the stage all the way back to his tour bus. They was there. Buck was barking from the top. The whole crew was, because Buck was down for the unit. Buck was down for 50. I know things have happened, but everywhere we went, you was not going to disrespect 50 Cent in front of Youngbuck. So Buck was like, he was barking at him, right? Joe comes into view at the bottom of that tunnel and looks up at Buck and says, yo, Buck, no disrespect to you, but 50. And when he said that, like, Buck just turned into an animal, and they just rammed down that corridor to come down. Like, it was a big arena. We were in Chicago. And he starts coming down, but he can't get to him because of the police. Buck and Joe and them, as soon as Buck started coming, Joe and them took off to go to the tour buses, bro. And I don't get it. I know it's cap, and they say all, you know, news is good news or whatever for the game, for like this business that we're in. And it's funny looking at the memes and stuff like that, but two-piece biscuit where?
So this guy, you know, he says that he was Youngbuck's DJ. And his story doesn't line up with Fat Joe's story. You know, he's saying that these people was police. But see, I would tell the guy that you're making a mistake. The guys he had with him were shapeshifters. They shapeshifted into police. So that way they don't get in trouble. So that way they can blend in with the police. I don't think that this DJ understand what Fat Joe was trying to say. He had X-Men with Puerto Rican X-Men. So when they went to make their move, they made their move real quick, and then they turned back, and then they shapeshifted into police. So now when the police come, you know, they just start doing all police activity, and what they did was they ushered Fat Joe back to the bus. That's what happened, right? So I think the guy, he misconstrued. So y'all gotta stop like trying to act like Fat Joe don't know what he be talking about, man. Fat Joe trying to explain this stuff to y'all, and y'all play too much. Y'all playing too much. He said that he had he was in Chicago, and he had some serious Puerto Ricans with him. And these were X-Men Puerto Ricans. These guys are shapeshifters. But this guy, he wasn't done, man, you know, telling a story.
Literally. I might as well just been the journalist. I'm the DJ. I'm not the goon, dude. Like, I'm not on the front line ready to go to war physically like that, especially at that time, right? Nowadays it's a little bit different, but back then I was very young, was new to the whole play. It's cap, bro. It's cap. Coach PR reposted it. They know other people, RP Tick, Tillin on it. It's cap, bro. Why though? And now that bring Buck up on the podcast then. Like I said, like Joe is cap, man. It's all for entertainment though. So I was actually there. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. No two-piece, no biscuit. Just Fat Joe with police from the moment he went on stage to the moment he came off stage and to back his tour bus, which was probably smart on his part. Because like I said, Buck was not playing no games back then when it came to anything dealing with G-Unit, 50 Cent, any of that. You know, and Buck definitely had them goons with him, them gorillas with him. And they weren't all from Chicago. They were from, some of them was from the Ville. It was with us everywhere we went. And best believe, yeah. So anyway, shout out to Buck. You know what I'm saying? Joe can keep capping.
So I'm going to say this. Listen, Fat Joe, my Leo brother, if they don't understand, I do. I understand what you're trying to say, my brother. I know this guy, man, this guy had a connection to Youngbuck. This is Youngbuck's homie. So I believe you, Fat Joe, I think he capping. I believe your whole story. I believe the story when you ran and jumped through the glass 6 stories up and did a backflip down and landed on your feet and jumped in the back of the car and spun off with the X-Men Puerto Ricans. I remember all. I know them stories, Fat Joe. Listen, when you got in that brawl in that hotel room, right, with them Brooklyn dudes, right, man. Listen, you was telling the truth. They keep trying to say you capping. Fat Joe ain't capping, man. Fat Joe telling the truth. Y'all better stop. Y'all better put some respect on Joey Crack name, man. Joey Cartagena, man. Stop playing with Fat Joe. And Jadakiss, you better stop laughing like everything funny when Fat Joe telling these stories. He ain't capping. Oh my God. Listen, y'all, listen, he got a whole crew of Puerto Rican X-Men, man. And when he tell these stories, he be telling the truth, man. I'm just telling y'all, man, I seen him. I'm telling you, man, I seen him. I seen him. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think, man. When we dealing with the King of Cat, Joe Cartagena, Joey Crack, the King of New York, right? I can't. This is funny, man. That Fat Joe is crazy, man. He just sit up there and just tell these stories, man. He just had to tell his story. That's that Leo ego. He just had to tell his story when they brought up Pistol Pete and how Pistol Pete had the pistoleros with him, right? And you know they was looking real brolic and real serious. Man, he had to say, he had to one up him, man. Listen, he got pistoleros, but I got Puerto Rican X-Men. Y'all think it's a game, right? Well, let me know what y'all think. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. And remember, I love y'all till the next time. Listen, Fat Joe was the character on Splinter Cell, that game back in the day where he unalived you and then dragged the body out the way and hide it. Y'all remember Fat Joe was the reason for that character, man. Y'all better stop playing with Fat Joe, man. Y'all better stop playing. Peace.